Welcome back to Indian Trace. I don't even know how this is going to turn out, but I figured I can allow some people in to see behind the hidden scenes of just a little reorganization, which we always do with our collections. Little admiration, I guess you could say. What I wanted in a box such as this is the ability for a child or another person who comes to visit to go right into it and to pick them up, just like this, where they wouldn't be restricted in any way from seeing something that catches their eye. And then as soon as it does, just like a child, even if they're an adult, they can go ahead and handle it and look at it carefully and be fascinated. Even more so when you tell them the piece that they're holding is 3,000, 4,000 years old. Amazing, right? I think it's amazing. But then you think you got a collection, and it's possible that over the years, look at the tip on that we would have collected anyway. We might not have had the opportunity to share as we do on Indian Trace. So a little quiet reflection today, I remember now. It started, the relief on the back of that. Can tell it's all the same patina. It started with me asking myself the question this afternoon. It was 27 degrees this morning and I didn't go out, and just decided to take a relaxation morning and not go out the break of dawn like I'm known to do. And with that said, I said to myself, what makes the perspectives change when you're collecting artifacts? I remember when I first started, I had a small bowl of artifacts and I couldn't imagine having more. Now that I have a rich collection that spans untold numbers of really great pieces, the brain works differently. Because now the whole big chore is, and I was thinking about this, the big challenge is finding a way to stay in appreciation. And you might think, oh, I'll always appreciate it, I'll always love artifacts. But when you have an abundance, and that's what I've been working towards, you've seen in the last 4 years, where I will work hard to share a lot as one of the methods that I use to stay thankful, as one of the methods that I use to stay humble. It works well, but then I've also realized there has to be more, because there is a huge amount of abundance, and they're not like laying all over like Easter eggs, and I've joked with people, I saw that yesterday. But they're out there to be found, and I wouldn't believe it myself unless I'm looking at these things and holding them. Knowing that they are, though, and having them as part of my own collection, I've realized, I have to figure out a way to employ humility, to find a way to make it new, to make it important. It won't happen if I get greedy or I start coveting, or I can't take a piece like I'm holding right now and see somebody who has a huge admiration for it and give it away. It won't happen if these become, I don't know, trinkets. If they become more important than they should be. Now, they're highly important because of who they represent, living beings, which is so much different than collecting baseball cards, or at least to me it is, or many, many other things from antiquity. These represented a lifestyle. Each an individual human being with a need. So I figured today I will do a little bit different, as I myself would have been going over these and just deciding what I wanted to do with some of them, here or there. Move them, keep them. But just for the most part, you're looking at top shelf stuff. What's going to happen is I'll keep them. It's a mecha point. It's just staggering. And I don't go through looking for pieces that I'm going to give away. I just go through and keep my mind and my heart open to find out a way. How can I stay thankful for having found so much? Wouldn't be any different really if I had frames. But one of the good things that I like is to be able to go through and, based on what my heart feels or based on what my fancy is, be able to get to anything that comes to my mind when it comes to a point or a memory that I've had about finding something. These slept or escaped 200 farm cycles, but were out in the dirt night after night in complete stillness and quietness, having been used by a human being to meet their needs, feed their children and their mate, to bring happiness to the village, returning with gain that was attained, and having the experience to know that their making this was something that they were going to go out and they were going to succeed, and they were going to work hard, make an effort to feed their families. To us, sure, they're beautiful. Something else is going on, right? We do the same thing in different tangents, I guess you could say. What you're looking at, if you've just tuned in to Indian Trace and flipping around the internet, is rhyolite. It's a stone of eastern central North Carolina, very common that they made points out to a huge degree. Look at this point. And some quartz here or there. And some staggering points. Everything you're seeing here with this tray and this box open the way it is top shelf. I call it my top shelf. I put my favorite stuff on the top and then we work down from it. Here's a point, one of the first I've ever found with exquisite material. It's not often found around here at all. Don't even know what to tell you about it. Crazy. Anyway, not taking too much more time. Just wanted a little bit of quiet time to go in and find a couple pieces here or there. And the quality of quartz around here, even the small pieces they can make. Don't know if the focus is coming in good on that. And as I finish up, here's some small points. Great stuff. Rhyolite from the Cove. piece from The Bear, and this is a piece that I found on November 8th, Election Day, 2016, when we went out and voted Donald Trump in a landslide. Not him, not his personality, but the principles that he employs now, that he pushes for, and that he stood for in terms of America, and in terms of making the United States of America a great nation again. Not that we're mistake-free. I always use that as a preface. I never forget this point because of that. I don't know if the folks is coming in. Because that was a landmark day. That was a day of providence. However you want to see it or not, it's unfortunate the way some people do see it. But that was a day of providence. I think that's being shown now. In the successes. And I promised myself I wouldn't get too much into politics today here. But from Indian Trace to all of you out there, appreciate you tuning in. I'm losing light. Hope you find out there.